Hi Pisces, how are you? Welcome to your July reading. If you would like to listen to a very long story, horrific, tragic, bullshit, however you want to look at it, watch the Aries reading. It's about some baby ducks, and it's basically like 3/4 of the reading, and it's not even the reading, like I'm not even talking about the cards, I'm just telling a story. I want to tell everybody, but I think, one, I didn't want to repeat it 12 times, and then also, it's just really for those of you that are kind of interested in taking a deeper look at this social contract that we have with everything, right? Everything that we have a connection with, which is everything. There's a social contract there, and the lack of accountability and responsibility for that social contract is, for whatever reason, like lately really starting to bother me, and I can only control myself. So I just wanted to share the story to kind of make you think. So if you're interested, that's in the Aries video. I also just posted a reading, a series of readings on my channel just before these that's called You Plus Them, so be sure to watch that. It has to do with you and your person and the situation at hand between the two of you. Okay, let's get started. Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. What are the messages? Pisces, Spirit and Universe. Messages and advice and guidance for Pisces during this Cancer season. Messages, advice, and guidance for Pisces. Okay, let's go. 9-card spread with significators. Bottom of the deck, the Devil. The Devil definitely has to do with tethered, being tethered to, bound to, choosing to be uncontrolled about with the situation. This could be talking about drugs, alcohol, sex. Basically all the syntax things, basically. But being bound to them because we kind of like it, but knowing it's ultimately not good for us. But still choosing to be bound to it. Okay, this has to do with sex addiction, drinking, drugs. You're going to remain unhappy and have a lack of stability if you keep this up. It is going to cause you to lose hope, and it also is calling for you to talk about, with whomever, right? Your partner, your work, whoever this reading's about for you, whatever this reading's about for you. There is a lack of touching base with practicality and emotions. There's some disconnect there. It needs to be made aware of within yourself, and it also needs to be discussed. It's not an easy task, it's burdensome, or you could be approaching a time in your life where you are about to be very overburdened. And there could be a very manipulative air sign in the midst, but you could be also a fire sign or an air sign, lots of fire and air, lots of fire and air. But what's needed is for you to be very present, not with yourself, but present in the moment. This card upright is the card of Virgo. It has to do with retreat, retrospection, introspection, deep thought, sorting out the meaning of life. No, you have to be very present every moment moving forward for now. There is definitely manipulation taking place. It is overwhelming to you. But I don't know what else to say about that right now. Okay, let's get into the reading. You see all these? This light is so annoying. Okay. Center of the reading, Eight of Pentacles, has to do with work. Choosing work. Focusing on building what you're good at. Focusing on your craft. Focusing. Okay? Basically just being professional. I don't know if you've ever read that book called The War of Art, but it has to do with kind of taking emotion out of what you do and just doing it, because that's what needs to get done. Like, be a grown adult and be professional about it. It's basic. This is basic concepts, right? So that's what the whole center of the reading is, and it has to do with you choosing that because of all this other stuff that's taking place. Like, it's the thing that you really can control right now, and so you're focusing on controlling that. Because what we have over here is another thing with an air sign. We've got overconfidence, we've got deceit, we've got manipulation, we've got lying, stealing, cheating. Okay, this is a sneaky character. They definitely know what they're doing. Very smart. You're over here giving and giving and giving. Okay, seeking reciprocity. But at the same time, there's this disconnect between something needing to end and it's not ending. And there's a disconnect also between it's not ending because either you want to settle down in an actual relationship, so that's good. But this also could have to deal with not being able to settle down because there's money issues. So I'm not really sensing that that's the case with you. However, it might be that someone is just taking your money. Taking your money, taking your money, taking your money, taking your money. So that could be. Okay, maybe they're not. I don't know. There is this air of settling down and not being able to fully move on. Suspect, very suspect. And this like gimme type of thing happening. So you're kind of tired of all of this, so you're just working. But what it's causing you to do is become more confused, or they're confused. It's also causing you both to be extremely unhappy. Now, what I like to see here, Pisces, is the Eight of Swords reversed, because this means that you're going to remain clear. Your thoughts are going to remain clear throughout all of this. You're not going to allow yourself to get bogged down with negative thinking, going down a rabbit hole, spiraling, that whole thing. Because people can do that quite easily. It could be part of this, especially when heightened emotions are there. I mean, people don't go down that rabbit hole unless they really, really care about you and the situation, right? And whether or not that has to do with their own personal strength, it definitely could, but at the same time, if they didn't care, they wouldn't care. Right? But if they care that much, then they care that much. They care. So they're going to go down that rabbit hole. So what I like to see through all of this is you're not. It's like you're kind of shrugging your shoulders. You're not letting it get to you. There is definitely confusion, though. There is definitely unhappiness and stress. So I don't know. What we do know is we have two High Priestess cards, or Major Arcana cards here. So we have the High Priestess and Judgment. So these answers that you're seeking, basically these answers that you know within yourself, okay, you already know. You will get the actual solid answer. Like, you know the answer, but now it's going to be brought to light. Everyone's going to know the answer. So there's this culminating effect here that's taking place in July that has to do with, like, yeah, you know they're a shady individual, or yeah, you know they're taking advantage of you. And like, you sensed it, but now you definitely know, okay? So, or now you know that you're unhappy, like you're admitting it to yourself even though you felt it for a while, right? Or now you know that you're addicted to sex or alcohol or whatever, right? Now you know they're definitely a shady individual, okay? Now you know. Okay, now you know. So it's as simple as that. And we do have the Four of Cups here, clarified by the Three of Cups, so this definitely has to do with a third-party relationship or spending time with comrades, cohorts, friends, family, okay, eating and drinking and being merry. So there is a celebratory aspect to this card, and you're opening up. So I like to see this, Pisces. I do like to see this, that you're opening up. The Four of Cups here reversed does mean that you're welcoming in love. You're wanting to work on this. You're wanting to trust. You're wanting to believe in. They're not really giving you a lot to do so right now, but again, in your Piscean nature, you do always kind of give people the benefit of the doubt, and sometimes they prove you wrong and sometimes they prove you right. And so you're willing to do that again with this person. So it's good. It's good. Like, there's questions, but you get your answers. Certain things will be illuminated along the way. Like, this is so interesting that these two are reversed, because this means that not only are you not fully emotionally happy, but you're also not fully financially happy either. To the point where you feel 100% ready to move down that path with somebody, but this could be a part of your own too, a part of your doing also. I'm not quite sure. So I'm going to pull some outcome cards. I'm not going to pull clarifiers because I'm trying to get to this barbecue. I'm sorry, but I'm not doing extendeds this month. I'm just trying to get these out. But I don't know. I think you're giving the benefit of the doubt, and I hope that that works out for you. I really do. 3 outcome cards for Pisces in July. Spirit and Universe, 3 outcome cards for Pisces. 3 outcome cards for Pisces. 2 more shuffles. No, 3 more. 3 more for now. Okay, so we have kind of this coming off of the tail end of a broken heart and not wanting to put any work into something, like choosing not to, but then choosing to. Like, I think there was hurt feelings, and so there was kind of this shutdown moment. And then there's this realization of, oh, well, what we had was actually growing and manifesting something good and solid, right? All those tangible things placed in the ground. Oh, what we were building was we were actually building a strong foundation. So while we may have thought it was over, while we may have thought we didn't want to put any more energy in, now we're kind of coming back around to each other and saying, yeah, this is good, let's keep going. So I think you had a little bit of a rough patch, and I think you're not 100% sure about this person that you're with, but you're kind of there anyway, and so you're going to keep going. But all these reversed air and fire energies, not that scares me a little bit. Let's pull one clarifier on these reversed kings and queens. Please clarify these reversed kings and queens for Pisces. Please clarify these reversed kings and queens for Pisces and their underlying energy. Two cards. 5 of Swords. So we've got this domineering energy, bossy, controlling figure. And then we have this person that is choosing tradition and choosing stability. I don't know what this is about. I think you do. Leave your comments below. This is even more interesting to me. But Yeah, let's see. Let's talk about it. So leave your comments below. In the meantime, let's pull an oracle card. Highest level, most important message Pisces needs to hear this month. Highest level, most important message Pisces needs to hear this month. I don't like, those are, I am choosing them, but two fell out. I really only want one. I thought it was just one, otherwise I wouldn't have taken it. And I'm not even feeling these cards. I'm sorry. I gotta pull a different deck. I apologize. I mean, not really. I just want a different deck. I'm not feeling that. So much better. Okay. Highest level, most important message for Pisces. Off the top of the deck, two more shuffles. Binah, left eye knowledge. This is going to be good, I can just tell. It's going to probably tie this together, at least I hope. It's the third emanation, a flow of light that pours into the world, a candle whose flame may light another without diminishing its own. Binah seeks not only creation, but purpose. She is a flare of pure intent that blossoms from the heart of existence and out into the world. Her energy brings with it a desire for knowledge. She is the force that churns all the potential from higher emanations into a form that can be received by our consciousness. Binah sits atop the pillar of severity, heading the feminine aspect of the diagram, creating a perfect balance of Chakmana, and at her side, together they represent a continuum of psychic understanding. While Binah represents the power of knowing, Chakmana reveals the power of not knowing. One acts as a vessel as the other fills that vessel, giving it purpose. Learning, shared experience, and creation are the key words. So that's a very interesting card because I think part of this that you're dealing with is kind of out of your scope. It's pulling it together a little bit more. You're definitely growing. You're definitely going through a new experience. It's exciting, but it's also scary. And I think there's changes along the way that cause a lot of frustration and a lot of doubt. But if you keep going, it could yield some very positive things. But be careful along the way not to get lost here, because this energy can hurt everything. And it's just not worth it. Right? I mean, I've been in situations in my life where I've been cheated on, and it just, then they try to hold on to the relationship, right? They keep coming back, and you kind of, like, you know something's off, but then they keep saying things, and then you believe them, but ultimately, like, the whole foundation of the whole relationship is just totally botched, and you can never get back because you know that they lied, right? And, I mean, even one, he came back and he cheated on me with her, and then he fake broke up with her to cheat on her with me, and I know all of this, and it's like I just feel so bad for her, you know, like, even though they're in a long-term relationship now and probably married with kids, it's just like I just feel so bad for her because I know that he did that. You know, and it's like I just have no respect for him, and I just feel bad for her. And then another ex that cheated, he kept trying to come back, and he's like, I can't understand why we can't get back to where we were. And I'm like, are you that big of a loser that you don't understand what breaking trust will do? I mean, I have literally zero respect for you, either of them. like zero respect. And it's just funny. So just be careful with this. Be very, very careful with this, because it will get the best of you, and it will, it's just not worth it. You know? It's not even worth even entertaining the thought. It's just really not. Because then, I mean, even if she never knows, like I know that he did that to both of us. And it's just, he should be embarrassed. And because that's not really a manly thing to do, and it's definitely not anything that's respectable at all. And so just be careful with this. Be very aware of this. Because there's a lot of potential for happiness. There's a lot of potential for stability, but you could ruin it. You could ruin the core of it by this. Okay? All right, Pisces, I love you. Watch your you and them reading, and stay tuned for your 6-month love overview. Those are coming up. I will talk to you later. Bye.